rescue boat from Eastern Boatworks in Milton, New Hampshire. It's an excellent day boat for the family and a weekender for a cruising couple. It's the 22 Sisu. Come on aboard as I do a full features inspection.
The 22 Sisu is a Downeast design that is practically legendary at Eastern Boatworks. This is evidenced by the fact that it's been in production for over 30 years. My experience has shown that she's a competitor for the most seaworthy in the entire lineup, with her recessed chines providing dynamic lift as she accelerates. She's powered by a single outboard, and owners can choose from 115 to 150 horsepower. By attaching that outboard to a transom-mounted bracket, an immense amount of space is opened up in the cockpit. For specs, she's got a length overall of 22 feet, a beam of 8 feet, and a draft of 24 inches. With a dry weight of 2,660 pounds, she's easily trailerable. She's available in 3 versions, an open, a Bimini, or this hardtop version that can accommodate optional roll-down side curtains.
Let's start right here in the cockpit where we're doing most of our gathering. It's 6 feet 2 inches wide. It has a safety factor of 24 inches to the cockpit depth. Cap rails are 8 inches, and they include 8-inch pull-up cleats along with rod holders, and there are also fixed cleats to the stern quarters. There's a bench seat going across the transom. This measures in at 60 inches, and I'm happy to see that there's storage underneath. And there are 2 additional seats aft-facing just forward, and there is also storage under both of these. Notice that we've got sea-deck matting, giving us a little bit better traction and heat resistance when we're out on those hot sunny days. Both the helm and the observer seats, these are pretty classy seats, actually. They both have flip armrests that are adjustable for height, flip bolsters, adjustable headrests. They swivel around so that we can join the crowd in the cockpit, and they're also adjustable for height. This is all under the protection of a hardtop, 6 feet 2 inches off the deck. It's completely open on the sides for ventilation, but of course we can put isinglass in there to give us a little more protection. And it's all lighted with pretty clever LED lighting that goes on at the turn of the frame, dims, and also converts to red. The helm is located over the starboard side. There's a vertically mounted wheel on a fixed base, trim tab controls. Happy to see that there's a bow thruster. That makes things so much easier when you're operating a single engine boat. Engine controls are over to the side of the 3 engine displays. We've got connectivity, wiper controls, and electrical switches over to the right-hand side. I'd like to see this ignition switch moved up over in the top of the dash so it's out of the knee strike zone. Notice that we also have a dash-mounted Garmin GPS. This one is an 8-inch. Above that, a magnetic compass. All of this is surrounded by these windows. The front windows are opening to give us nice ventilation, including, of course, we have the open side. Also happy to see that there's a conveniently located footrest. Power packages go from 115 horsepower up to 150, and you can get from Yamaha, Suzuki, or Mercury. Right alongside, we've got a small swim platform for getting in and out of the water. Making our way forward along the 8-inch side decks, I'm happy to see that there's a conveniently located grab rail on top of the hardtop. Once we're fully forward, we've got a seating area on the trunk cabin, 2 8-inch cleats in a fixed position. The anchor gets mounted to the top of the foredeck. Notice that there are LED lights to both sides of the anchor mount, then access to the road storage. There's also a windlass option for this boat. Notice also as we walk forward on the side decks, they elevate up to the foredeck, and we've got a very thick rub rail. This elevated deck gives us a much drier ride, and if you notice from the front, we've got a narrow entry and a deep flare to this bow, adding to that dry ride. Well, down below here, this is where we're going to be spending our weekends at night, and it's actually quite comfortable. We've got an overhead hatch for ventilation plus 2 opening port lights, 1 to each side. There's a filler cushion right here that's on top of a platform. That can go into this position, and when we do that, it makes this whole area 76 inches long. As far as how we're doing for tall people, well, we've got an overhead clearance at the deck level of 4 feet 11 inches, and that gives us 3 feet 5 inches of sitting headroom. And of course, if we have to use a head, there's one right under here. Fully forward, road storage. Now, one thing that I'm always impressed with Eastern boats is the utilitarian aspect of it. And what I mean by that is we're not finding a lot of abundance of teak on here, ultra leather, suede, anything like that. This is a boat that can get dirty, break out the hose, wash the whole thing down and keep it clean, and then put it back to work again the next day. That's one of the qualities of Eastern boats. They make boats that are comfortable and functional. I can also tell you, while we're not on the water right now, I've been on Eastern boats doing reviews and testing them for almost 15 years, and I've yet to find one that I wasn't impressed with the handling capabilities on. So, as for a nice weekender, I'd say the 22 Sisu should be on your short list. And that's my full features inspection. I'm Captain Steve, and I'll see you on the water.